All right, so today we're going deep on this Mama's Haven episode description.
That's good.
And honestly, even just glancing over this,
Yeah.
you get this sense of like hope and encouragement for mothers dealing with trauma. And it's pretty powerful stuff.
Definitely. And I think what's interesting is this idea of mothers being resilient even after trauma.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. The description really emphasizes that.
It does.
But what does that resilience, like,
Right.
what does that actually look like?
Well, it's not about just bouncing back, you know? It's more like adapting and figuring out how to thrive, you know, even with that trauma in the past. So, like, let's say a mother escapes an abusive relationship.
Okay.
Resilience could be her setting those boundaries to protect her kids, or maybe even finding that strength to go to therapy after a loss or something.
Wow, those are some powerful examples. And the episode even says trauma isn't like a one-size-fits-all thing.
Yeah.
You know, it could be anything.
Exactly.
Abuse, loss.
Exactly.
Any life-changing event.
And, you know, those effects of trauma can be huge, especially when you're also trying to be a good parent.
Right. Provide that stability and love.
Exactly. And this episode is saying they're going to give us some tips.
Right. It talks about practical tips, and it mentions setting boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
Building a support system, and self-care.
Oh, absolutely.
Are those the kind of tips they're talking about?
Definitely, like when they say setting boundaries, maybe they mean saying no to things that are overwhelming you, or even just like limiting contact with someone who might be triggering you.
So it could even be.
Or even just taking a moment to grieve when you're feeling triggered.
Wow, even small things.
I know.
Like that could make a difference.
Absolutely.
And what about like building a support system?
Think of it like your cheering squad, you know, people who get what you're going through, who can offer encouragement and just a safe space to talk.
Yeah, so that could be like joining a group or reconnecting with.
Exactly, maybe a support group or friends and family.
And then there's self-care, which can be hard.
It is.
But
when you're a mother.
Right. As mothers, we tend to put everyone else first.
Everyone else first.
But we need to remember to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
So that could look like scheduling time for things that bring you joy. You know, like reading, taking a walk. Or even just having a bath.
Right.
Without being interrupted.
And I think this part is super interesting because they talk about how
healing and being a loving parent aren't mutually exclusive.
They're not. And I think it's recognizing that healing is a journey.
Yeah.
And you can still be a great mom while on that journey.
While you're healing.
Right. And you know what? Showing your kids how to be resilient.
Oh, yeah.
And how to cope.
Yeah.
That's incredibly powerful.
So powerful. And they even say, you are not defined by your past, but by
that line.
Your strength to rise above it.
That is so powerful because it takes you from feeling like a victim to a survivor.
Yeah.
A thriver.
And you know, this episode seems perfect for mothers who need that encouragement and hope.
Absolutely. And it reminds them that they're not alone in this journey.
Not at all.
There's a whole community out there.
So to wrap up this deep dive, this episode sounds like a real source of hope.
It does.
For mothers who are healing.
And remember, even small steps, like setting boundaries or self-care, can make a huge
They really can.
difference. And for those of you listening,
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How can understanding your own experiences with trauma help you connect with and support other mothers
That's a good one.
in their healing journeys?
It is.
Something to think about.
Definitely.
Until next time. Bye.